is. Oh, by the way, who sent in the Pussycat song?
Yeah, who?
Nice and loud.
Someone in this room.
Stephanie. People send in songs, and then sometimes I forget to mention it, which I hate to do that for some reason. Like somebody sends it in, and then I'm doing the song they sent in, and I just
you want to give credit where credit is due.
You're right. And then Adam.
What if
Flowers.
Stephanie just took her last breath from killing herself, and then you said her name? No, because you said, "What if this podcast makes someone kill themselves?" And that's why.
And you're saying, "What if that person was Stephanie?"
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, they still haven't mentioned me. I can't take it." And
I feel like there's
her last breath, and then we say it, and her soul is hovering above, going, "Shit!" She's like trying to get back into her body.
I feel like we're pioneering this genre of Stephanie suicide fan fiction.
And her mother, no, my Stephanie. I know.
Stephanie.
She didn't leave a
crackling
note.
music behind them.
She didn't leave a note. I know exactly what it was.
Please.
That Todd Glass got too high, and it took him 2 hours to get to her name.
What is this like?
It's like an old movie.
I'm the police detective, and I'm questioning you. You know about you don't know why your daughter killed herself. Ma'am, I know you're very upset, and I apologize for your loss.
I just don't understand. She had a good life. I cooked dinner every night.
I know this is an imposition, but I need to ask you a few questions.
Okay, that's fine. Would you have a seat?
Thank you very much. It's a lovely home.
Well, thank you. And I'm afraid it's going to be wrought with the stench of self-murder, but otherwise it's beautiful, isn't it?
It'll pass after a few years, ma'am.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of these cases.
Okay.
Is this an Eames chair?
It is, yes.
It's American classic. Ma'am, I have to ask you, your daughter,
Yes, Stephanie.
Stephanie. Did
God, why? She left no evidence.
Of course not. Did she listen to any podcasts?
Oh, you listened to the Friday night lineup. First Todd Glass and then Mark Maron. And you know what? One time I told her she can't stay up late and listen to Mark. And she said, Mom, I'm a good girl. I get all A's. And I said, okay, Stephanie, you can do that. As long as your homework's done. Was I too hard on her? Is that why she took her life?
Now, hold on, ma'am. You're saying she did listen to the Todd Glass podcast?
Yes, the Todd Glass Show, actually. It's called, not the Todd Glass podcast.
But
Todd
it is
Glass
a
Show.
podcast.
Yeah, it is a podcast. Yes,
so
she listened.
I'm not wrong in saying the Todd Glass podcast because a person named Todd Glass does have a podcast.
He does. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to correct you.
We shouldn't be splitting.
This is the operator. Yeah, it is a show.
Yes, we're talking in person.
I know. I didn't mean. I don't
sorry.
usually interrupt. I gotta be honest.
I like to leave my phone off the hook in case the operator has any information. I hope that's all right. Anyway, something bad must have happened. Why did that music happen? Is everything okay?
Well, you say she was listening to this Todd Glass show, which we've established is a podcast.
Yes, I've never listened with her. Did they say satanic things? Why would she have taken her own life?
I'll need to see her iPod, ma'am.
Oh, well, sure, here it is. It's one of the older ones. Please don't judge me.
No, I understand you're a working mother trying to make ends meet.
Hey. Oh, my goodness. Is that Sarah Silverman?
Oh, my God. It's worse than I thought. He plays that intro every time.
Oh, that could drive a person mad. He plays the intro every week.
Every single week.
Even though there are... Well, let me ask you something, officer. I'm not a detective. You are. Maybe you could apply some logic to this.
Certainly.
Why would you play the same intro every week when it's the same listeners listening?
Ma'am, I'm afraid it's worse than that.
What? What?
In case there are new listeners, he talks over the intro.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Stephanie was only 14 years old. She doesn't have she's not a worldly person who can handle that kind of layering.
You say she was only 14?
She was only 14.
I'm sorry, I'm no longer interested in your case. I only do 15 and above.
From the beautiful Los Cienega Strip.
I think you wrap it up when you do so. I don't want to, but you know what?
2 hours.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
That brought it back to the beginning by accident.
It did, Freaky.
You know what? Like I say, that was. I like to just come down like a minute, but that was so much fun. I felt like I'm not okay. I am high, but that just makes something great seem. You just see it, and at one point I thought, what a great so descriptive of a thing. Get to sit here and smoke and watch it. It was so much fun. This detective, let me hear it. Then Chris got the sound right.
Oh, that was amazing.
It was fun.
That was great.
Anyway, some people say, you should. I say, I do whatever I want.
I don't want to make fun of suicide.
So anyway.
Can I add a cap to that bit? She's a kind of a mother who jumps to conclusions, and Stephanie, she wasn't answering the bathroom door, and the mother assumed she killed herself.
Right.
It turns out that the door was just stuck, and Stephanie was out, and she came home a second later.
Can I tell you something?
It's an abuse of police resources.
Yeah.